Alrighty, says we're live, so hello, welcome. It is now a weekday as opposed to yesterday, which is a weekend stream. I think I'm going to be mostly working by hand today. I've got one of my trusty notebooks out, and I'm going to be working in it, I think, for the most part of the stream today. But yeah, I'm excited. I feel like I've got some things that I want to / need to write down, and I'm hoping that working by hand will again like help my brain sort of like keep them in the right order and sort of like very much like not just 100% brain dump, but more organized brain dump, and that it comes out in a more manageable form. Because sometimes I feel like if I'm just typing it, it's like this rush of ideas because I can type faster, but then I don't take the time to consider the longer term ramifications of those events. So hopefully working by hand will help me figure out more of the longer term things, because I am working on straightening out the story arcs for Chimera Moon series and trying to like navigate large arcs versus small arcs. So that's hopefully what I'm going to be doing today, is working by hand and getting that more organized, and I'll hopefully be trying to figure out that color coding system a little bit more, so that then I shouldn't say if it works, I should say when it works. When I have finally reached a point where I'm satisfied with it, then I will be able to share that in a either video or live session. But yeah, so today I'm going to be hopefully working the entire time, cross my fingers, in this particular bit of that's like my main goal for today, is to focus on that wholeheartedly, instead of having one of those streams where I'm like bouncing around for a whole bunch of things. We shall see how that goes. Yeah, we shall see. No guarantees, because I did have coffee this morning, and so sometimes that makes my brain a little bouncier. I mean, that's kind of the point of coffee in general, but sometimes it does make it hard to follow through with my thought patterns. Anyway, so today we've got the Nightingale, and he's sitting on some trumpet flowers. And the main message is love is all around. And so back to the book to get a little bit more clear, because sometimes the messages, those are a little vague. I mean, they're written that way on purpose, so they apply to more than one situation, but still. So the sort of sentence that I highlighted out of the guidebook was that there is shadow and darkness, but love and prosperity exist everywhere, even in the seeming emptiness of space, darkness, and a starless night. So if you are working on that sort of like the darkest night, or when the hero reaches rock bottom, or those kind of moments, this is a card sort of like that points towards that area of the plot, at least to me. And that message of like, you know, there's still hope, there is still good in those moments. There is something beautiful that can come out of it. So those darkest night, what is it, what's the save the beat like phrasing for this? Is it darkest night? I don't remember off of the top of my head, even though I did read the Save the Cat. I just don't remember all of it off the top of my head at the moment. But anyway, yes, that moment where the hero is in despair and it looks like all is lost. That seeming emptiness, as the guidebook is calling it. So not truly empty, not truly 100% dark and whatnot. So there's always supposed to be that little speck of light, little speck of hope. So that's kind of, so maybe I should focus on that area when I'm looking at the main arcs. I don't know that I've contemplated having a full save the beat for the major arcs. So maybe I should do that. Maybe I should figure out what the like darkest night would be for the major arc. That's a good thought. Anyway, yes. So that is what the Nightingale has for us today, is that love is all around, even in the dark of night. So perhaps working on that darkest night, the hero's rock bottom, would be good. So finding that hope within the midst of darkness and despair. Or maybe your main character is the Nightingale. Who knows? So yeah, I don't know. But I'm going to be hopefully focusing the entire time on straightening out this plot series outline, working on the major and minor story arcs. I don't, is that what we call them? Major and minor story arcs? Because, or maybe I should call them overarching. I don't know. Terminology. And I'm probably hyper focusing and obsessing over this terminology because I'm procrastinating, because I don't necessarily know exactly where I'm starting this morning. So I might be starting with just sort of like a page of morning pages, sort of like blah, and then straightening it out. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at today. Is that I had coffee. My brain is a little bouncy, and possibly not in the best kind of way. I don't know. Well, hopefully it'll straighten itself out once the writing actually begins. Also, I had purchased the I don't even know how many in a pack, but the pack of the Papermate Ink Joy gel pens, and they're like a thicker barrel. And I love this barrel style because I tend to grip too hard if it's a narrow barrel. So anyway, you have the awesomeness of the Ink Joy gel ink itself, which is pretty fast drying. And then the thicker barrel, which suits my hand grip. But they only had, in the rainbow assortment, they only had one black ink pen. And I was kind of afraid that I was going to run out. So I went out and I bought another 4-pack. Not like I needed more pens. Oops. But yeah, so I bought more pens when I didn't need them. But still, I know that I like this pen grip. So I know that I like the ink formula. So, you know, it's reasonable. It's a reasonable purchase, right? Right? It's not like I don't have a crap ton of Uniball Signos that also are very nice. I'm terrible. I am terrible, y'all. Do not take your stationery purchasing advice from me, because my advice is to buy all of it, and that's not exactly the best advice. Devin says, howdy. Hello, Devin. Sorry, I apologize. I did not post or schedule these streams yesterday as I said I would. I did it last minute before this stream. Again, my apologies. Stacy is here. Hello. You're going to be taking in feedback from a family history story. Ooh, very nice. Did you give it to your family for feedback, or did you give it to a third party who is not invested in the family? Invested in the family? Anyway, did you give it to a relative to get feedback, or did you give it to a non-related person? Oh no, here we go again. All right. Took care of the robotic one. CB, hello. You're going to be right back. Okay. Hello. Hopefully you're back soon. Oh, okay. Devin deleted the robotic message, and I managed. Oh, we apparently hid them at the same time. So Thank you, Devin. Becca says, hello. How are you? Are you working on your screenplay again today? Or are you working on one of your novels? The Nightingale, yes. Yes. There's something about the association with the old fairy tales that I really love too, which is fantastic. Okay, so Becca got the badger. Take charge of your life. Go for it and trust your abilities. Those kind of go hand in hand because you have to have that hope and that that drive to keep going even when things are dark and, you know, despairing or empty or whatever. So yeah, those go together rather nicely. The Nightingale and Badger team. Stacy says, I can no longer do much handwritten work. Your hand hurts too much to work long that way. Yeah, I dread that happening. I know at some point it probably will. But I'm trying my best to like find the type of pen that doesn't like aggravate my hand as much. I found myself grabbing one of the pens that has a thinner barrel yesterday, yes, to do some handwriting because it was an ink color that I wanted. And after writing 3 paragraphs, my hand still felt like they were cramping. So I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna have to get rid of you. So yeah, just going through the stationery collection and releasing and like letting go of the ones that no longer serve, right? The ones that no longer you're no longer obsessed with. Yeah. Okay, so Stacy first gave your story to your dad over a year ago. This time it was a non-related person who is not a local. Okay, so this one will just have more of a non-biased eye, I guess. Staples has to restock after Joel's shopping trips. Well, hey, so I at least controlled myself because I did see that Zebra, the same people who make the mild liners, they have a fountain pen now. I think it's a disposable fountain pen, but anyway. So they have a fountain pen, and I managed to not get that because I still have a crap ton of, not a crap ton. I got rid of most of the nonsensical ones, but I still have the Pilot disposable fountain pens that I have not used. So there was no sense in buying more fountain pens. I can at least make that decision. I can't necessarily make it when it comes to like pens that I actually use on a regular basis. Yeah, they might occasionally have to restock after I go. Just maybe. So Becca is working on your screenplay and you're hoping to finish by next week. Ooh, exciting. Yay. That's awesome. CB is laughing. CB is fixing dinner right now, and you're going to be having pasta for dinner. Excellent. Becca says, I can see the buddy cop show now, the Badger and the Nightingale. Yes, it would be quite hilarious. Yeah, that could be a fun show, wouldn't it? Jessica, hello, welcome. First time joining one of your streams. Well, welcome. And also, I love your avatar. Is it bunny? Is it a bunny? A bun? Let's see if I can. Nope. That does. There we go. So cute. Love it. All right. Devin says I have the Badger song stuck in my head right now. Nice. Good job, Becca. And Badger. And CB says, you're planning to do a huge clear out / reorganize of your stationery. I need to do so as well. I did pick out a handful last week, and I just went ahead and I put them off to the donate pile. Our town has a it has a teacher reuse store, and that you can donate school supplies and things to, and then teachers, if they have their teacher ID, can go and pick up whatever they want, and it's free. So I I'm planning to donate some things to like local thrift shops, but the things that can be used school-wise, I'm planning to give back to the teacher reuse store. So if your local area has something like that, that would be a really cool place to do. Laura says, hello, feeling better today. Oh, good. Fever is down, but not gone yet. Oh, no, you had a fever. Uh-oh. Okay, so I know that you said you had gotten some soups, so that's good. But yes, rest and take all the time you need to feel better. But I'm glad that you are feeling already some better. So that is good. And Elizabeth, hello. A little late, but ready to work. Excellent. I think we're hopefully soon to start our first sprint. So excellent. Megan is here. Good morning. You're trying to be productive today, but you don't feel like it. Whale, have you got your the book that you were reading? Has it been finished? Is that the kind of productivity you want to work on today, or what kind of productivity were you planning on doing? So Jessica says, well, yes, you're short, so bunny, and you love reading and writing, so bunny in a book. Oh, nice. Love that. Yes, very cute. Very cute. Stacy says, I'm so glad to see you doing these sprints again. I miss them while you were gone. Me too. Oh, goodness, me too. That was definitely lacking in the writing department while I was gone. And so now I'm trying to get my brain back into writing and being creative again, and it's a process, feels like. Yes. I had missed y'all. So I'm glad to be back and glad to have some sort of routine again. So that's amazing and nice. All right. Okay, Megan says you are not finished with the Cyrano de Bergerac. You need to do some job hunting and posting a coffee blog post and clean your room and do some other things. All right. Well, which one takes the least amount of time? You could do that one first and then just get it done out and over with. That's how my brain sometimes works. Is like do the small ones first and then tackle the big one, or do at least a small one to start with, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a warm-up sprint because I have not been writing yet today, so I need at least a shorter-ish sprint to get my brain to actually function in a writing manner. So your reminders. 1, make sure that if you have already been working this morning, you go ahead and save your document. If you have not, go ahead and open your document or get your notebook or whatever it is out. 2, make sure that you have something to hydrate with. I have a glass of water that is about halfway consumed, so I'm probably going to need to refill it at some point in the first half of the stream. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. Don't be hunching. And 4, make sure that if you need a snack or a walk around or a break, you do that. Alrighty, those are your reminders, and we can now get started with a 15-minute warm-up sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Alrighty. That was the first sprint. How'd we do? Oh, okay. Thank you, Devin, for bopping that one. I managed to get a page and about yay much on the next. So, hooray for Curse of Chicken Scratch. This was more of like, this was slightly more brain dumpy. More in the style of morning pages than actual organizational thoughts, but I did get some ideas down regarding that situation. So this is I think I want to say that this notebook, the spacing, I can normally get about 300 on a page, so that might be about 325 or something like that, ish. I don't know. I could be misremembering how many words I normally get on this size page, but I think that's about right. I could be lying to you, but you'd never know. But yeah, so I got about a page and a page and a little. Where were we? Oh yes. I don't know if it was just that particular timer. Yeah, so HK did not have her branding on that particular timer, but that was HK Darkwoods. And thank you, Devin. I appreciate that. So if you want to go over to HK's channel, HK does productivity sprints as well, but also makes really, really cool timers that she usually releases on Sundays. And there are lots of timers, some with ambient noise and music now, but most of hers are quiet. So CB is back with your pasta dinner. Excellent. Stacy had to restart your computer so you can actually work with the feedback. Okay, excellent. Technology is going to do what it's going to do. So don't forget to save. Becca managed to write 2 pages. Excellent. Yay. Kate is here. Hello, hello. You missed the first sprint. That's okay. And you got to pop out for a work meeting at 2, but you are working on chapter 33. Chapter 32 is done. Yay. I can definitely see why you would cry in relief, because you've been working on that same chapter for so long. Congratulations on getting it done. Hooray. That is amazing. And yay. Hopefully chapter 33 I think is your reconciliation chapter. So hopefully that will go much easier. Elizabeth got some lesson planning done. Feeling off today, and so you will only do a little bit before allowing yourself to play Sims. I say play, but I really mean build my dream house. Isn't that what's fun about some of these games now, is that you can use them for completely different purposes? Because I think, I want to say, was it Davinci Grapefry? She used Sims to build her character's room or house. And then you're using it to build and construct your own dream house. I'm trying to think. I know some people have used Sims to create visuals of their characters, so it's just kind of fun. Charlie is here. Hey, welcome, Charlie. How are you? Is the story still insisting on being told today, or is it giving you a little bit more relaxation? Megan says, you finished the coffee blog post. Yay! Posted it and shared it on your Twitter. 1 task completed. Excellent. Good. Yay. And Jessica got 98 words. A happy start. Excellent. Good. Yes. Yes. Absolutely. All right. I think we can just go ahead and dive right back in. I don't have a whole lot because that was more of like brainstormy, dumpy. So it was not as like in depth as I necessarily will want it to go. But yeah. Elizabeth says, never thought of that. I'm gonna try and build my characters room and my characters. I just sent you down another rabbit hole, didn't I? Oh no. Goodbye, Elizabeth. We will not see you for a while. I'm sure we will, but yes, you will have an obsession now. Charlie says, yes, I am fiddling with your outline a bit, but you are looking forward to writing. Okay. All right. Good. All right. Second writing sprint, your self-promo time. This means that it is time during this second sprint, and you will need to, if you feel like it, share and self-promote your YouTube channel, your Twitch channel, your Amazon author page, your Etsy store shop link, your link tree, your blog, your website, whatever it is, social media handles. If you have any new videos that are either out or coming out, don't forget to promote all of that. And also, if there is somebody else who deserves some promotion, who has not been getting it or doesn't typically do self-promotion, you can feel free to do for them. And bonus points, or as we discussed yesterday, the gold stars or red, blue, silver, green from the Dollar Tree. Bonus points or gold stars to you if you if it's writing adjacent, all that. So don't forget to save. Don't forget to sip or finish off whatever you're supposed to be hydrating with. 3, make sure that you are supposed to straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a break or walk around, you do that. Those are your reminders, and here we go with a 25-minute Pomodoro sprint in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! I was trying to finish that thought, and it was taking a little bit longer than I had anticipated. Those. Okay. There. I think I'm done with that thought. I think. Okay, so how are we doing? So the first sprint, I got a page and a little, right? So that sprint I did really good. And I got, let's see. Okay, so here's where I stopped on page for this first sprint. So I got the rest of that page. I got a full another page, and I got about a half page there. So that sprint was really, really good. The ideas started flowing a little bit more. I just decided I would continue that brainstorming pattern for the major story arcs, trying to figure out, as we had mentioned, sort of like the different beats or like major chunks for the major story arcs. So like, what's my, pit of despair for the major arc versus just like the individual stories. So brainstorming, trying to straighten that out. We'll worry about the color coding later. But yeah, that was really good sprint. So yeah, so that was good. I liked that. And I refilled my water glass because I finished the rest of that. So that was the second sprint. So make sure that you do your self promo in the chat so we can go over that and see everybody's links and or what they're doing. So again, don't forget the self promo. And let me roll back up to, I think CB was the first one. Yes, okay. All right, so CB has 32 one-shots on Archive of Our Own under the username PepperoniFan1982, but you have deleted your Discord. Gotcha. Okay, so you can't find the Discord channel anymore. Okay, so Megan says, need your YouTube videos captioned? Check out my commissions. Megan is now offering subtitling services, and you can get those through her Ko-fi link. CB says, my Google Chromecast is being weird again. Uh-oh. Hopefully it'll straighten itself out. Devin says, my things. All of Devin's links. Diamond Book Rough, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Hello, you are working on brainstorming that sprint. Hopefully your brainstorming went just as well, if not better, than mine did. Megan says, here's the link to my latest coffee blog post, which is your first. Oh, very nice. In that case, I need to save that and make sure I go over there and support it. And Devin says, more streams, and this is the most helpful link that you will find on AuthorTube. All of Devin's playlists for the live streams for each day. Make sure you save this sucker. It's amazing. I have it up on my bookmark tabs so that I can just click that and it goes to Devin's playlist page. So CB says, I might try setting the Google Chromecast, I think, up with your other account. Well, I'm not sure if this is Google Chromecast or Discord. So that's where I said hello to Diamond Book Rough. Carrie is here. Hello. Finally able to write. You put away the laundry, tidied a section of your office, had lunch, and then you are ready to go. Excellent. Sounds like you've been having a busy morning getting your to-do list done. And Kate says, hopping out for a work meeting. Bye. So far, you're about halfway through outlining some edits to scene 3 in chapter 33. Oh, nice. Love the repeating threes. Carrie says, for my promo, I have a coffee page under Carrie Hardisky, and I have my Vela project, The Misadventures of a Mom Author, that has updates every Friday. Excellent. CB hates Google. Oh no! I'm assuming it's not working. Kate says, here's my promo. If you like romance, angst with happily ever after, always, and two broken people finding their way to each other. Try my fanfic, What Grows Cannot Be Splintered, on Archive of Our Own and fanfiction.net under the username Sierra Anan. I probably mispronounced that, but I apologize. Becca says, I wrote a page and got distracted. Yes, the bouncing brain today, but you know what you need to write next sprint. Excellent. Yay. Always good. Megan says, I took out the trash, tidied up your room a bit. Excellent. Your to-do list is almost done. Yay. Excellent. Good. I'm glad we could help get you started then. And Elizabeth said, tried doing something with the terrain on Sims but failed. I am such a noob. Okay, here's how noob I am for Sims. I bought it when it was like, I don't know, under $4. And I tried it that one day, and then I haven't done it again. So I will seriously need to watch some tutorials before I dive in again. So Stacy says, I finally got my computer back up and yay, and found your place in the feedback. Excellent. Yes. So this is one of my reasons why I come back to handwriting so much, is because there's something about the process of handwriting, and I know it activates an additional or different section of your brain when you are handwriting things. And so that's one of the reasons why I come back to handwriting so much, is because it does more for me than typing, brain-wise. But I also know that I cannot do a full draft by hand, because I'm going to have to reread this and pull out the notes that I want to keep and highlight them and then transcribe them. And I will need to do that within about a month to a month and a half. Otherwise, when I come back and I start rereading this, my chicken scratch, it will no longer be, my brain will no longer translate it because I forget what I was intending to say, and then I can't read my own handwriting, and then I'm like, what was I trying to say here? So that's one of the reasons why whenever I'm brainstorming, I have to make sure I come back to it in a relatively short time period, because my chicken scratch, it's like magic. It after being left alone, it feels abandoned, and then it takes revenge by not letting me read it later. It's just magic. It somehow encrypts itself. At least that's what I'm gonna say. Okay, so Kate says the work meeting was super short. Excellent. So you finished the scene 3 edit outline. That's amazing. Jessica got 148 pre-outlining for your outline. Excellent. Is going good after a weekend of problem solving. Yay! Excellent. We love when it goes well. We love it. Love it, love it, love it. And Elizabeth says, oh yes, promo. I have a writing stream every Thursday on your channel at 6 p.m. GMT +1, which should be noon Eastern, if I have that right. At least during this. Are we in daylight savings or are we in standard at this moment? I think we're in daylight savings. See, this is how bad, like, I mean, even though I've lived with, the time change every year of my life, I'm like, I don't know if we're in daylight savings or not. I don't know. All I know is I fell back and I'm here until we spring forward. So Charlie says, I write, I world build, I stream, I do videos and music. Yes, you do. All of my links are here under projectshadow.com. Excellent. CB says, that didn't work, this stupid Google Chromecast thing. You are not Tony Stark, you're more like Homer Simpson. Do you mean in terms of like technology stuff? Because I'm right there with you. Right there with you. Diamondbug is laughing. Yes. Carrie says, got my tabs the way I want them and wrote about a quarter of a page. Excellent. Yes, getting those tabs right is very important, especially when you have different things you're working on. So, Elizabeth, or different things you're looking at, I should say. Elizabeth says, yes, I should have watched some, but you can't be bothered. Oh, the tutorials? Yeah. Yeah. I usually find myself, I try to dive in without tutorials, and then I get frustrated because I can't do something. And then I'll go look up a specific tutorial. Yes. CB, we're not laughing at you. We are. I love that your comparison of the two characters. That is what is fun to me. So, Megan says, don't forget to hit the like button, everyone. Excellent. Yes. I'm in standard time because we're okay. Okay, good. I think we're in standard time. That was what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. Why not tell the story, then show the story so you know exactly what you mean to write? Oh, we're talking about handwriting. Yeah, I mean, I can, but it's just the handwriting thing works for me, so that's what we do. Elizabeth says, your idea, we barely have any daylight. Well, yes, you are far more north of the equator than I am. So yes, you are you definitely have less of the sunlight in the winter. Although you have more of the sunlight in the summer. So I don't know. Is that an equal payoff? So alrighty. Let's see. Do we have any other self promos? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So, let's do a third sprinty sprint. It's 2:20. Okay. So, let's see. Go back to the 25-minute timer. Share. Share. All right, your reminders again. 1, save your document. 2, make sure you take a sip of something that you're supposed to be hydrating with, especially if you have not done so last sprint. 3, make sure that you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back for a posture check. And 4, make sure that if you need a snack or a walk around or a break, you do that. And Nikki is here. Hello, welcome, just in time. All right, so 25-minute sprint, Pomodoro length in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right, how did we do? My brain decided it was done with that task, and so I moved to a different task, which is in my bullet journal, because the brain was done for the moment. I'm thinking over an aspect that I want to do, but I'm not quite sure how I want to do it for one of the major story arcs, so I'm contemplating and thinking before I attempt to write things down. So yeah, so that's what's going on. So at the moment I am drawing lines in my bullet journal, freehand. I did the pencil and ruler, and then I'm doing it with a sort of like paint pen-esque thing. And I don't feel like getting that all over my rulers. So there you go. So there is that. I feel like I probably chose the wrong color, but that's okay. It is what it is. We'll just have slightly blue tinted and slightly green tinted with gold. But yeah. How we doing? What did we get done? I got probably another half page written before my brain went kaput. So yeah. Okay, where were we? Christina popped in. Hello. And Nikki said, if we ever want to do a let's relax type of stream, there's a website called Words on Stream, and it's a word unscramble that you can play with your viewers. Oh, so Cache was playing it yesterday. I'll have to go back and rewatch her stream from yesterday and see what it looks like then. Maggie, hello. I think Devin may be correct in this instance, because it was scheduled very last minute. So that might have something to do with it. Yes, maybe. CB says, I'm going on hiatus at the end of this week until further notice. Is this because you are, I'm trying to think, you're not practicing for your clarinet exam, because you said your clarinet exam is going to be later? I'm not entirely sure if you have stated the reason why. You don't have to if you don't want to. But I can't remember if it was, let's see. Devin says, a hiatus. Are you going to be a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble? CB wishes. You will be watching it though. Excellent. And then you'll be canceling the WWE Network. Okay. Gotcha. Carrie finished chapter 3. Your current work in progress toward total is 5,538. Excellent. Good job. And Becca wrote a couple more pages. Excellent. By my count, I think that's at least maybe around somewhere between 5 and 7 pages on stream. So nice. CB says, I have written a sum total of 318 words. Excellent. Progress is progress. Charlie says, I have moved my entire series outline into Aeon Timeline. Oh boy. I bet that took a while. I bet that took a whole lot of while. Kate says, I finished editing the outline for scene 4, and that should be the last of the chapter 33 outlines, prepped nicely for this evening's writing/editing section. Nice. Excellent. CB says, clarinet exam is going to be in June. That's what I thought. But you're just taking a break from needless technology. Very nice. Hopefully that will be a nice, relaxing change. Jessica got 74 words, so you had to make a small change. You think you're going to make an omelet before writing more. Very nice. What do you put in your omelet? Are you a omelet purist? Do you add cheese? Do you add vegetables? I am a big fan of like tamagoyaki. And so I tend to put either rice wine vinegar, sweetened rice wine, so like meating, or soy sauce, or a mixture of both. And so yeah, I also, so that's like one type of egg that I like. And then the other type, I usually like mushrooms and cheese and goodiness in there. Some ham, some spinach, some lots of cheese. Just lots of cheese, which generally my body no longer likes as much, but I have found a non-dairy shredded cheese that is actually really good. I'm trying to think. I don't think this most recent bag is from Dia or Dea. I think it's from So Delicious, I think is the company name. But yeah, so it does take longer to melt fake cheese, but you know, it tastes good, so that's good. Becca says 5 pages, excellent. You're hoping to write 5 more today. That's awesome. You're halfway done then. That's fantastic. Elizabeth says you're still fiddling around in Sims. So many cute trees. Yes. Kate says, oh my god, mushroom, spinach, parm omelets are divine. Yes. Yes. Agreed. Very much agreed. Okay, so I'm trying to think. I will be back on Wednesday. I scheduled Wednesdays and Fridays streams, so that is done. Megan says, I took the dogs out and took a shower. Excellent. CB says, ham and cheese if it's whole egg with a little diced smoked sausage if it's egg whites only. Oh, okay. Okay, so you get your protein one way or the other. So either with the egg yolk or with the sausage. Gotcha. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Good times. Good times. I'm like slouching and leaning all over on my... That's one of the bad things about I love having armrests on my chair, but I also know that I tend to just kind of like slouch over and like put all my weight, which like is not real good for my shoulder. But so don't forget to do a posture check. Okay. Let me copy and paste. Okay, there should be that. Devin Cunning's playlist back in the chat. Let's see. Becca says, I always slouch this. I'm such a side person. Like, I'm just like, meh. Like my default is just like one side or the other. And just switch between. I have such a hard time just like staying. I should probably just take the armrests off or find a office chair that does not have armrests. But I'm also like, I like having them. You know, I like having them. So, okay, Jessica's omelet always has garlic, pepper, red pepper, and cheese. Then you add ham, onions, mushrooms, and bell peppers if you have them. Oh, nice. Yes. The back and forth. Maggie says, I had to re-record the audio reading that you did yesterday because you thought you could save some time by recording in the truck for the 2-hour drive, but there's a weird background noise in the sound quality. Yes. Yes. Background noises, audios. It won't matter. You'll slouch this. I know. Yes. So yeah, exactly. Because I can put my elbow on it and then I just like wind up here. And yeah, we're here. So yeah. So I just like, I have a problem with slouching. So all this omelet talk is reminding you to eat lunch. Yes. Yes, you need to eat lunch. We need to eat and make sure that we are fueled so that our brain has fuel to help us write. So yes, whether you have an omelet for lunch or not, or dinner, if you know you're still thinking about omelets by the time it's dinner time, that is definitely one thing that. It's one of the weird things is I think it's because I ate too many eggs when I was growing up. So I had a period of time where I just like I couldn't eat eggs. Like mainly just plain scrambled eggs. I could still do fried as long as the whites are solid. I cannot do fried eggs where the white is still like goopy. I can't. Like I know, and I like having a runny yolk, and it's very difficult to cook the egg to where the white is completely solid, but the yolk is still runny. And I just like I cannot do fried eggs where the white is still goopy. I cannot. It just makes me gag so hard. But scrambled eggs, I just like me. So yes, okay. Yes, I'm not the only one. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I just like I can't just do uncooked whites. I cannot. Um but I have so when I worked at the cafeteria at UGA when I was in college, they had an omelet/egg station, and I would always the smell of eggs cooking. I don't know if it was the eggs or if it was the butter, but the smell of the eggs cooking just made me hungry. And so it was about college when I started eating eggs again. But it was pretty much like late middle all the way through high school. Like I just could not do eggs, scrambled eggs by themselves. I just couldn't do it. I still typically dress them up a little bit because I can't stand them plain. But I don't have such a visceral reaction to scrambled eggs anymore. Still have that visceral reaction to the uncooked whites. So, when my when we're doing eggs, either for dinner or for breakfast, I request that my eggs be fully cooked because I just generally, if I'm doing the cooking, it's fine. Then I can get it a little closer to what I want. But yeah, if somebody else is cooking, I'll just request that they fully cook the fried egg for me because usually if we don't, then I get unset whites and it's just like meh. So Jessica says at this point I think it counts for early dinner. Well, there you go. That's fine. As long as you are fueling your brain, it is fine. CB says I may or may not be back in time from seeing West Side Story on Wednesday. Oh, nice. You'll have to tell us how it goes. Carrie says, I would make an omelet, but we're out of cheese. Oh no, not the cheese. CB doesn't like a runny yolk at all. I like it to put on toast or whatever bread I am eating with it, or grits. You can mix it in with the grits. It's fine. Preaching to the choir, egg whites have to be set. Yes. Maggie says, I can only do fried eggs if the eggs are less than 4 days old. Oh. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever known the difference because I've not really ever had real fresh eggs. Because we've just done the store-bought thing. So now you're thinking about running eggs on toast. Yes. CB doesn't like scrambled or poached egg. Our family doesn't have a habit of doing poached eggs, so I have no opinion one way or the other about poached eggs. Maggie says, I'm spoiled by having chickens and getting today's eggs for cooking. Nice. Carrie says, my dad would slap a fried egg on top of a pierogi, the yolk mixed with the dough and the potato-y goodness is just, yeah, I can see how that would be very, very good. Yeah. Fried egg, boiled eggs, and omelets. Yes, I do love hard-boiled eggs. Do love that. And I've done soft-boiled eggs for ramen, and they're pretty good. So that's always kind of fun. But again, have to cook the whites. You put soft poached or fried eggs over rice or quinoa. Yeah, something about the still runny yolk with carbs of some kind. So the Pioneer Woman does this incredible thing where she uses a cookie cutter on the bread. Yes. Egg in the whole sandwich. Yes. That was, I think, usually they're round, like donut cutters or cookie cutters. Yeah, just like this is a pretty normal thing. So yeah, yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, now that we've all talked about eggs, and I'm going to go see if I can convince Mom that we should use the bacon and have breakfast for dinner tonight. Now that we've done that, don't forget to save before you head off to wherever it is you are going today. Don't forget to check out Devin's playlist, which is a little further up in the chat, also in the description. I think it might be the first link in the description. If it's not the first link, it should be the second link in the description. So, yeah. And have yourself some breakfast for either lunch or dinner tonight. So yes, don't forget to save and have some food to fuel your brain later. And I will see y'all later this week. Goodbye.